Andrew Neil has torn into Boris Johnson for refusing to commit to an interview on his BBC show. Neil said that if the Prime Minister is expected to face the likes of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, then he should be able to sit down for a half-hour interview with him. Mr. Johnson has been accused of running scared from scrutiny by avoiding in-depth questioning from the veteran broadcaster, even though rival leaders have taken part. With less than a week to polling day, Neil challenged Mr. Johnson to finally agree to an interview on the theme of trust and why voters have deemed him to be untrustworthy. "It is not too late. We have an interview prepared. Oven ready, as Mr. Johnson likes to say." Andrew Neil issues a challenge for Boris Johnson to commit to an interview with him, to face questions on why people have deemed him to be untrustworthy. https://t.go/darksane4rpic.twitter.com/oak21uddtjur. Addressing viewers directly following his interview with Brexit Party leader Nigel Farage, Neil said he wanted to put questions of trust to the Prime Minister. "Questions we'd like to put to Mr. Johnson so you can hear his replies. But we can't, because he won't sit down with us. There is no law, no Supreme Court ruling, that can force Mr. Johnson to participate in a BBC leader's interview. But the Prime Minister of our nation will, at times, have to stand up to President Trump, President Putin, President Xi of China. So it was surely not expecting too much that he spend half an hour standing up to me." Neil said leaders' interviews had been a key part of the BBC's primetime election coverage for decades, adding, "We do them on your behalf to scrutinise and hold to account those who would govern us. That is democracy. We've always proceeded in good faith that the leaders would participate. And in every election they have. All of them. Until this one. It is not too late. We have the interview prepared. Oven ready, as Mr. Johnson likes to say." The theme running through our questions is trust, and why at so many times in his career, in politics and journalism, critics and sometimes even those close to him have deemed him to be untrustworthy. It is, of course, relevant to what he is promising us all now. Neil outlined policy issues on which he would question Mr. Johnson, saying, he vows that the NHS will not be on the table with any trade talks with America. But he vowed to the DUP, his unionist allies in Northern Ireland, that there would never be a border down the Irish Sea. That is as important to the DUP as the NHS is to the rest of us. It is a vow his Brexit deal would seem to break. Liberal Democrat leader Joe Swinson said, "Boris Johnson must stop ducking scrutiny. His cowardly behaviour shows why he simply isn't fit to be Prime Minister." How can we expect Johnson to stand for more on this story? Visit the news article link.